An agency always thinks, oh, we'll do our SEO in-house, but they don't understand, most businesses don't have the funds to afford that person in-house, but also there's so many additional costs that go into an SEO consultant, it blows itself out of proportion. Sure. If business owners were hiring, you're right, hire a generalist and specialize with an agency who can help you with those specific departments, because most marketers are what we call like a T-shaped marketer. They know maybe one or two aspects. They don't know email marketing. They don't know SEO, but maybe they know Google ads and they know meta ads. So you're never going to find someone to know everything. But what you said, 100% spot on. And when do you go internal? I think when you need someone there that's a shoulder tap away and you're doing a whole lot more, that's when you can go internal. But the biggest problem is finding that talent is so difficult, and most people get bored working internal. Like, it's just too much. So if you hire a Google ad specialist to work on, your brand and your business only, there's only so much they can do. So there's only so many working hours in a day that they can spend on it before it's like, man, I've done everything. There's nothing else to do. So yeah, it's like you got to be really up there in terms of company size and structure before I think hiring internally for those specialist roles makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Still, some of these massive companies in Australia still use agencies. 100%. Like, there's
they make us sign NDAs though. We've got so many instances now where we work with these massive companies as consultants or as advisors. We're pretty much teaching their team on how to do it, but we've got NDAs that it's like, hey, you can't tell anyone we're working with you guys, but we're advising.
And then we get the small business owner that comes to us and says, hey, I'm going to hire someone internally and sack you guys off. And we always have a laugh. We're like, all right, how are they going to do this, and this? Yeah. And they can't answer the question. Look, there's growth stages in a business. There's a growth stage to when you need an agency to support you to take you to the next level. The growth stage to bring someone in-house to support that team. And then another growth stage to potentially hire another one in-house or grow out the agency further. I do think there's a necessity for both. I think both work hand in hand. I think there's specific roles that you should probably go in-house eventually, such as potentially like the creative person, the graphic designer, a web developer. When you get to a certain specific stage of growth, it makes sense to do so, or else you can be paying an agency an arm and a leg to maintain those specifics. But the rest of it, like the Google Ads management, the SEO, that is something that it actually can hinder you if you go in-house. Why? Because you will be hiring one person, while an agency, most of the time, you'll have 3 or 4 people working on it. And what you're paying that agency for 3 or 4 people, you're paying half a person's salary in-house. Sure. A lot of people don't understand it, and that's when ego comes into it, because you'd rather see that person in-house, watch them, you know what I mean? And I think that hinders a lot of businesses for sure.
Completely agree. All right. Last one, and then we'll wrap up. You take this one where you will. If a client's budget was $1,000 versus $10,000 versus $100,000, I often, like, when I'm looking down my client's P&L and I see no marketing spend, I'm very quick to say, okay, you need a marketing strategy and you need to work out the lowest hanging fruit first, because we need to grow this business. Is there one low hanging fruit you would advise to any business, or is it very custom depending on their budget?
Yeah, I'll jump on that one. It's very custom, very, very custom. Most of the times people think, look, I'll just do SEO and that's it. But it's like, maybe SEO isn't exactly what you need. Maybe you need a meta campaign just to tell people around your local radius that you guys exist. So again, it's like, what are you trying to do? What are the goals of the business? What's priorities for the next 3 to 6 months? And developing a plan to work towards that. You might need 10, you might get away with 3, you might need 100, but it's super, super custom. Yeah.